Hi. We're going to do chapter 5, but I wanted to show my grandson his mommy when she was 6 and she lost her bottom tooth. She lost a tooth. Look at her face. She's just so happy and she was crying a little bit. There she is, my precious baby. So, did you see that picture? Oh my gosh! Look at that baby. Oh, well, I showed you better. It's in this thing that I don't want to take it out because it's been in there for a while. I don't want to say how many years, but ooh, it's a very thick album. Anyway, she lost her I think this one. This one? One of these. She's so cute. She's still very cute. Yes, she is. So we are going to go to chapter 5. The fairy. That night we had festivities. Festivities is when my grandpa and grandma come over. All of us eat cake. Ooh, I like that festivity. Grandma Helen Miller made the cake herself. She put a big smiley face on the top. Only that is not all, because the smiley face had a tooth missing, just like me. Oh, that is so sweet. I laughed and laughed at that silly thing. Then I reached in my pocket and I got my tooth. I passed it around the table. Oh, that's a beaut, Junie B, said Grandma Miller. I know, Grandma, I know it is a beaut. I said real proud. I can't wait to take it to school for show and tell. That's a good idea. The children are going to love this thing. Daddy looked strange at me. Oh, gee. I don't know, honey, he said. I'm not really sure you should take it to school. Mother shook her head. No, Junie B, that's definitely not a good idea, she said. Besides, you won't have your tooth on Monday, remember? Oh, because of the tooth fairy. Wow. We didn't have a tooth fairy in Puerto Rico. We had the raton. It was a mouse that came. And the mouse he crawled under the pillow and then he left you money. And he had a collection of teeth. What did you have? You can share that with me. I'd be curious to know. And did you know, how do you take your tooth out? We used to wrap dental floss and then tie it to the doorknob. And then shut the door and go, yeah, that kind of hurt. Wiggling is better. I just recommend that. Anyway, besides, you won't have your tooth on Monday, she said. You have to leave it for the tooth fairy tonight. Just then, my skin got chill bumps again, and the flutterflies came back in my stomach, because I know stuff about the fairy, that's why. My voice felt kind of shaky. Yeah, only what if I don't want to leave my tooth for the fairy, Mother? I said. What if I just want to take it to show and tell and that's all? Mother shook her head again. No, Junie B. No show and tell, she said. Taking a tooth and show and tell is just, well, it's just disgusting, said Daddy. Yes, said Mother, disgusting. I whine at those two. No, it isn't, I said. Lots of kids bring teeth to school. One time Roger brought a shark tooth and he even let me and her put it right in our mouth. And then we looked like sharks too. Oh, Lord. I thought some more, because another time Shirley brought her grandmother's dentures. I thank God I don't have dentures. Lots of us put those in our mouth too. Oh my gosh. What are they doing? Grandma Miller did a little gag. Oh. Only I don't actually know why. My grandpa patted her hand. Just be glad she doesn't want to take the spit cup, she whispered. Oh gosh, getting old is not fun. Just then, my whole face lit up. 'Cause I have ears like a hawk, of course. The spit cup. Oh no, she heard. The spit cup. I will take the spit cup, I holler. I jumped down from my chair and I zoomed to the bathroom, and then I got a spit cup out of the trash. I dusted it off real good. Good news, people, I shouted real loud. There's still some blood around the edges. Oh no! I quick ran back to show them. Grandma Miller closed her eyes at that sight. The mother put her head on the table and hid her face in her arms. The festivities were over. Oh gosh, I still have that light. Let me move this way. Oh gee, this does not want to cooperate. Okay. Well, there's that light. It's from the fan. Anyway. After Grandma and Grandpa Miller left, Mother took me in the bathroom. We brushed my teeth real careful. The one she lost. Then I took my loose tooth out of my pocket. Oh, and I brushed that guy too. I held it up to the light. Look, I said. Look how shiny it made it. I really wish I could take this tooth to school, Mother. I really, really wish that with all my might. Mother gave me a hug. I know you do, Junie B, she said, but it's still going to be fun to put it under your pillow tonight, isn't it? She smiled. I remember when I was a little girl. I couldn't wait to wake up in the morning and find out how much money the Tooth Fairy had left me. My skin got prickly at that name again. Also, sweaty came on my head. Sweaty. I like the way she talks. Sweaty came on my head. Oh my gosh. I thought and thought about what to do. Finally, I stood on my tiptoes. I whispered in Mother's ear. Yeah, only I know stuff about the fairy, Mother. I said, I know the truth. Mother looked shocked at me. The truth, she said. You know the truth? Yes, I whisper again. I know the exact truth. Because last year, Polly Allen Puffer told me the whole entire story. I took a big breath and I cupped my hands around her ear like this to tell a secret. And I talked even quieter. The fairy isn't real. What? I said. The Tooth Fairy is just pretend. Mother's eyes got big and wide at me. No, she said. Yes, I whispered back. Polly Allen learned it from his big brother. Oh! I don't think they were telling the truth. All right. The Tooth Fairy isn't a real fairy at all. She's actually a teensy little tooth witch. Mother's mouth came all the way open. A tooth witch? Shh, I said. We have to talk soft, Mother. If the tooth witch hears anyone telling her secret, she flies into the room at night. She pinches their cheeks. Oh. Mother covered her face with her hands. She was in shock, I believe. Pollyanna's brother even saw the tooth witch, I said, because one night he put a tooth under his pillow. Then he stayed awake all night. Oh, no. He saw the tooth witch fly into his room on a teensy little toothbrush. Oh, my, said Mother. I know it is. Oh, my, I said. And that's not even the worstest part. Worstest. The worstest part. Because the witch walked right under his pillow. She carried out his tooth. And then she chopped a big bite out of it. What? Just like it was a little tooth apple. Mother made a noise behind her hands. I patted her very nice. I know how you feel. This is very hard to hear. Finally, Mother took her hands away. But it doesn't really make sense, Junie B, she said. I mean, why would a mean little witch leave money under the pillow? A witch would never do something that nice, would she? I rolled my eyes way up to the ceiling, because sometimes I have to explain everything to that woman. Of course you would, Mother. Don't you get it? The witch leaves money so that children think she's really a fairy. Because if children don't think there's a fairy, they won't leave their teeth, right? If they don't leave their teeth, the witch won't get any tooth apples. Tooth apples? I didn't know this. This is news for me. Mother closed her eyes very tight. Then all of a sudden she opened up the bathroom door. She ran right out of the room. She was taking it harder than I thought. I'm in shock myself. Chapter 6, full of soup. Look, chapter 6, full of soup. That night, Daddy took me into bed. He said that Polly Allen Puffer's brother is full of soup. Full of soup? There's no such thing as a tooth witch, Junie B, he said. I promise you there isn't. Polly Allen Puffer's brother just made that up to scare Polly Allen. Then Polly Allen said it to scare you too. Oh, I'm relieved. I shook my head. No, Daddy, no. It's not made up. I know it isn't, 'cause a tooth which makes sense. That's why I said she makes way more sense than a fairy. I couldn't put my tooth under the pillow because the doctor broke my tooth. But I didn't get anything. I think he threw it away. That was mean. I wanted it. Now I'm going to have to wait for another tooth. Hopefully not any more teeth fall out. Or get taken out. Because the tooth witch likes to chomp the teeth. The tooth fairy doesn't do anything with the teeth at all, right? And so why would she pay money for them? Daddy did a little frown. Well, I don't know exactly, he said, but I'm sure that she must do something with the teeth. Junie B. Well, in our story, the little mouse that came to collect the teeth used to make like necklaces. Yeah. And then he would sell them, get money to feed his family. So maybe the tooth fairy did that too. I don't know. What do you think? It could be. Well, we don't know. There's a secret. Maybe. Well, there are other things to do with teeth besides just chomping them. You know? Chomping. This is a hard book to read. Like what? I asked. Daddy put his head in his hands. Then he thought and thought and thought. After he got done thinking, he went to get Mother. She came into the room carrying Fussy Ollie. She handed him to Daddy and sat down on my bed. Daddy said you have another problem about the tooth fairy, she said. I nodded. Yes, I said. Because if there's really a fairy, then she has to have some reason to want the teeth, right, Mother? She wouldn't just throw them in the garbage, because that doesn't make any sense. I know. Plus also, it would hurt my feelings. Mother hugged me. No, Junie B, of course she doesn't throw them in the garbage, she said. I'm sure the fairy does something very special with the teeth. Like what? I said. Mother ran her tired fingers through her hair. Oh my gosh. Like they were talking on her bed. There's little Ollie and the mother is like, this girl is driving me crazy. She stood up and walked back and forth on my rug. Then all of a sudden her face got brighter. I know. I bet the fairy uses the teeth to make jewelry, she said. Oh my gosh, like the little mouse. I didn't even read this before. Wow. That is awesome. At first, Daddy and I didn't say any words. We just stared and stared at that woman. Jewelry? She said finally. Mother smiled. Yes, of course, she said. She probably uses the teeth to make little tooth necklaces and bracelets and cute little toe rings. How does that sound? It sounds real. That's what the raton did for us, that little mouse. We didn't have a fairy in Puerto Rico because we had a little mouse. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know. They call her a mouse. And we were not scared of that little mouse because it was a special mouse. It was not any mouse you see on the street going around like there's a rat and ugly and dirty. This was a special, very clean mouse. Very cute. I never saw it, but they told me it was very cute. So, okay. So, I made a sick face. It sounds repulsive. Said Daddy. Mother stopped smiling. Why is that repulsive? Come on. She cleans them first, I'm sure. She quick took Ollie back from Daddy and she hurried out of the room. After she left, Daddy finished tucking me in bed. I'm sorry about that, Junie B, he said. I'm afraid Ollie has your mother worn to a frazzle these days. I am sure she's not right about that jewelry thing. Well, I'm sure she is. He did a little shiver. No, certainly she's not, he said. Then before I could ask any more questions about the fairy, he kissed me good night. He rushed out of the room as fast as Mother. That night, I did not put my tooth under my pillow. What did you do with it? Also, I did not put it under there. Night after that, oh my gosh, 2 nights in a row she didn't put her tooth under the pillow. Because what do you know? The fairy still did not make sense. She's still stubborn. Chapter 7. Oh my gosh, a stumper. The next morning was school. I put my spit cup into my backpack. I bet you she's gonna take her tooth to school. I bet you. She wanted to take it for show and tell. Oh my gosh. And I took it to my bus stop because Mother said I couldn't take my tooth. But the spit cup was Grandma's idea. Oh no. I saved Herb the seat. Then I bounced up and down real excited because I couldn't wait for him to see me, of course. Finally, we got to his bus stop. I waved to him from the window. Then, ha! I leaned my face real close to the glass and I smiled the biggest smile. Herb's eyeball popped out of his head. He ran on the bus speedily quick. It came out, Herb. It came out, I said. My tooth came out on Friday and it's been out ever since. See me, Herb? See how I look? I look fascinating, right? I don't look like Uncle Lou, hardly. Herb's eyeball kept popping out at me. Wow, he said, wow. I laughed at that nice comment. I smiled and pointed. See my tooth hole, Herb? Huh? I look cute, right? I don't even look like Uncle Lou, correct? Herb said, wow again. After that, I quick got my backpack and unzipped the zipper. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Yep, only wait till you see this, Herbert, I said. I brought something special for you to see. After that, I pulled out the cup, and I put it right on his lap. Ta-da! It's my spit cup, Herb. I use this cup to rinse my actual spit. He's freaking out. Oh my gosh, look. He's like, get this away from me. Oh my gosh. I show him the edges. See the pink color right here? That pink is from the bleeding. Herbert's face did not look delighted. Okay, thank you, he said. Please get it off of me now. I got it off, but I thought you would like this. I said, very disappointed. Pretty soon his face got normal again. So how much money did you get from the fairy, Junie B? He asked. Did you get a lot of cash? My stomach did a flip-flop at that question, because I didn't want to discuss that matter, of course. I squirmed in my seat, kind of worried. Then I looked out the window and I didn't talk. Herb tapped on me. What's wrong, Junie B? He said. How come you're not answering me? The fairy did come, right? She didn't forget you, did she? I looked all around and I scooted next to him very close and I quieted my voice to a whisper. Yeah, only I can't even discuss that matter, Herb, I said, because I know stuff about the fairy. Stuff? What kind of stuff? He asked. I whispered even softer. Sorry, I said. I have to keep it a secret. So please don't ask me any more questions, and I mean it. After that, I pretended to lock my lips. I threw away the key. I saw that on TV once. Herb looked annoyed at me. I unlocked my lips again. Don't be mad at me, I said. I can't help what I know, Herb. Anyway, all you have to do is think about it, because the fairy doesn't make sense. Herb scratched his head. What do you mean she doesn't make sense? Why doesn't she? I crossed my arms. Because what does the fairy do with the teeth, Herbert? Huh? Did you ever ask yourself that problem? Why would a fairy pay money for teeth that she doesn't even use them? It sounds kind of fishy, don't you think? I don't think so. Herb just stared at me. Well, I said, do you know the answer, Herb? A fairy wouldn't just throw the teeth in the garbage, would she? Because that doesn't even add up. Only nobody knows what she does with them. Apparently. Not even you, I bet. Herb wrinkled his eyebrows. I never thought about it, he said. He tapped on his chin. What does a fairy do with the teeth? That's a stumper. All right. After that, he slid way down in his seat. He thought and thought some more. I thought some more, too. We rode to school real quiet. What? Okay, I'm going to stop here because we only have one chapter, but it's 22 minutes already. So, it takes a long time to download. So, we'll see how this ends. And I hope she gets some money. And she doesn't have to worry about the tooth fairy. Whatever she does with the teeth, right? You get some money. She's curious, though. Okay. So, we'll do this one on another video. Stay tuned. Start thinking about, how do you think this is going to end? Will she get money? Is she going to put it under the pillow? I don't know. I hope so. Okay. We'll see you in another one.